Guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. For those of you who do not know who I am, igama lam Babalwa wakwaMcaciso, and today we've got the one, the only, Mr. Mcaciso himself. It's been a while.
I thought we were gonna mess it up.
Oh, why would we mess it up?
It's been a very long time since we've done that.
Guys, we are back. It's 2022. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to our subbies, to our gang, to our loyal family members, to the ones that never disappoint us, to the ones that love us, the ones that greet us on the streets, the ones that like, comment, share, and have subscribed to our YouTube channel. Welcome, Mandase. It is so good to be sitting in front of the camera.
And to those who watch without subscribing, to you too.
And to those who do a thumbs down. When there's not even
a need. Shout out
to you guys.
Thanks for the love.
To you. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, guys. It's been a very long time since we have done a sit down in front of the camera. A lot has happened since we did one of these, and we are back by popular demand. We've been telling you guys that we'll be back. Where are you? When are you coming back? Are you stopping YouTube? What is happening? We're back, guys. We told you we'd never leave you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a mouthful from me.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, it's as you see, in over 2 months, I think, if not 3.
3 months.
3 months. Yeah, man. I think one of the biggest contributors, obviously, to that is that towards the end of the year, things tend to be very busy in both our careers, and I think the second factor that played a role in the delay, was our wedding, because there was just so much planning that went into our wedding. There was just so much work behind the scenes that needed to be done, and obviously when you're going through those things and trying to put things together, you go through a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, and we agreed like we just gonna do this when we're in the good mood and when we're happy. It's not something that we're going to force, even if it's grand. So sometimes, busy with other things under pressure, that affects, our ability to sit down and
have a
engage.
clear mind.
Yes. So because this we're doing as a hobby, we started as a hobby, we just using it as a leg to share, that we go through as a young couple. Hopefully will be able to learn from the things that we share, and we also likewise learn a lot from you guys through taking the content from YouTube to Instagram and engaging with it there, engaging on the comment section, and your feedback also helps us and to be better people, and the love that we get from the streets as well. So in our air time, it's been dope.
Yeah.
But we obviously going to try to be as consistent as we possibly can. And yeah, as Sicho today we're talking about a wedding.
Yes.
A lot, following the video that we posted last week. Shout out to the video, it's doing very well.
Shout out to the videographer.
Everyone
actually worked on the video.
Yeah, shout out to CJ. Job. Shot by Friendly Fire. Shout out, everything was dope. People have been giving it so much love. I think we're going to 200k views in the first week.
Last time I checked, it was 88k views, which was on Monday.
Yeah, it's past 90 now.
Wow.
So you got 100k.
Thanks, guys.
So that's dope. So we just wanted to have a sit-down video just to talk about the behind the scenes of all of that you guys see.
Yeah.
We know that the finished products always look like amazing, and if there was no stress or whatever, it was a beautiful day, make no mistake, we enjoyed ourselves. It was perfect. But there was just so much work behind
guys,
the
what
scenes.
happened behind the scenes?
And a lot of drama here and there. Yeah, a lot of last minute things, and a lot of money spent. So we just wanna share with you guys, and especially Ababazo Chata.
Yeah. Something that I really have to clarify about our wedding. I was at the hair salon and I heard a very disturbing comment about our wedding. So as some of the people that are on our channel heard that there were know that there were rumors circulating about our wedding. Like this was
not rumors circulating about our wedding.
Oh,
about us.
Yeah, there were rumors circulating about our relationship
about
a week
actually.
before our relationship, but not just about you.
Okay.
A week before our wedding.
Yeah.
And then a month later, in December, I was at the hair salon doing my hair, and then someone said to me that we continued with the wedding because we had endorsements. Just
the things you guys
I
say.
would like to clear the air, guys, please. Our wedding was not endorsed or sponsored by anyone.
We paid for our wedding.
We paid for our wedding.
We worked so hard.
We worked so hard
the past few years
to save up
put
for our
wedding together.
So please.
So give us credit for the hard work.
Please.
So we paid a lot.
We didn't
of money.
carry on with the wedding because we had brands that were involved, and if we don't continue with the wedding, we're gonna lose out on the partnerships with the brands. No, please.
We carried on with our wedding because that was the date for our wedding. We were happy. We were not disturbed and affected to the extent that people think about. That's
the first thing actually wanted to clear. The second thing, Baba, sorry to interrupt you, that I wanted to clear was that someone said, or a lot of people said, we made a publicity stunt.
Yes,
because we knew that
by
creating a rumor, because we knew that our wedding was happening the following week. Guys, we are
not celebrities, number one. Also,
mentally.
We're not, you can be fired mentally. Like, it's a strategy if you're a celebrity or whatever, you're a musician,
and
whatever.
Have a PR
and
team.
you want, we're not there, we're not chasing that either. We just asked, we don't need to create fake rumors.
Yay!
Get publicity. We don't need publicity stunts, guys. We don't.
Also, why would we do that to ourselves? Guys, Nina, you don't go Nina. Yo, Nina.
But that's not. But no. No, my God. No, but yeah, dude, it's not.
Abazali bethu banikeza high blood.
And now bazo understand now that we're in the public eye.
Oh my God.
But that is made public eye, whatever. It doesn't justify. It's like it's needs to be social media. Social media is just becoming a toxic space.
It is. Because of social media.
Yeah.
So guys, with the love that we have on our channel, thank you so much to everyone that continues to show us love. But one thing that we really would love to express is how you really need to be super careful of how you use your social media. Before you type something and press post, think about how that thing is going to sit komnye umuntu.
Yes, Baba, I don't think we can preach this as much as we want. I don't think it's people who don't know what damage what they say is going to cause. It's people who know and they want.
I think they do.
No, they
yes,
do.
Baba.
Let me finish. Let me finish quickly, ne? I think it's people who know what pain that can inflict on a person. And they say those things because they want to inflict pain.
Oh.
It's not because people don't know if they say this about you, this is how you're going to feel. They say it specifically so that you can feel that way.
That's
True.
Okay,
because what I realized, abantu, it's it's a platform or social media where everyone can have a voice. Wherever they are, you can be behind you can be wherever. You can, but in your real life, you don't have a voice. And the only time that people focus on what you say, or laugh or like what you post, is when you make fun of someone known. And that makes you feel good about yourself.
That's true.
So I want to going through different things in different spaces in different areas. So but social media sort of puts us all in one place where everyone can say something and get a response.
Action.
Yeah, so and when people say those things, they want to cause pain. They're looking for attention. It's not people who don't know, So I think people need to move from the stage of
trying to educate people to be proper.
And go from like taking action against people who do those things. Because people know why they're doing what they're doing.
Anyway, guys, to enough of dwelling in the past and dwelling on the negative. We really just wanted to come on here to talk about our wedding, the preparations, the plans, and everything that happened behind the scenes of making our day super, super magical. Yeah. Overall, our wedding was perfect. There's nothing that I can actually go back and be like, oh,
it was a blessed day.
one thing.
But you know that thing, it didn't make...
It didn't ruin things.
But it's not something that even any person at the wedding noticed besides you. I also didn't notice. Like, it's only in retrospect when you mentioned, and when I remember, like when you guys were planning, and I'm like, yeah, no, now you're right. Yeah. You know. So, but I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, but anyway, are we getting into that or are we not?
We must get into it.
Okay, cool. So, guys,
we got robbed.
We got robbed, guys. Hey, but stay tuned, and until we're gonna talk about it at the end of the video.
It's one of the biggest costs.
Drop down. Yeah, it is.
Okay, we can save that for story time. Maybe one drop down. I don't know.
Baba, we could tell them. Let's tell them.
There's not gonna be enough time. It's gonna be a longest video.
Okay, we'll do a story time, guys.
Okay. Oh, we can. I don't know. We'll see.
Cool. We'll see how we feel. So, guys, I started planning the wedding beginning of the year, and I was obviously working a
emphasis
full-time
on I because I didn't
9 to 5. So now it's just like, how much is this? Okay, cool.
What else would I have done?
Okay, I was like shitting bricks, guys. Yo. And I'm such a control freak. Like, I want to make sure that everything is perfect. Like, difuna yonke into be perfect. Yeah, mekahle. And funa umuntu ozobhuta step. So, guys, started planning the wedding beginning of the year. Ended up leaving my 9 to 5 because it was just getting so hectic. I was like, I can't plan a wedding, work 9 to 5, and also be doing content on the side. Planning a wedding is a full-time job. That's why people get wedding planners. So I was having 3 jobs, and I was like, one has got to give. So I left my job in October, 3 months before the wedding, and got my cousin to actually come and assist me because it was getting so hectic. Shout out to Undobe Bongo Takai. She helped.
Oh, shout out, Bongo
Store, guys, put everything together.
Bongo Store.
And yeah,
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Shout out to Bongo.
No, let's be serious. So, and you guys, our wedding was like a 3-day affair. So it wasn't just planning the one day of the wedding. Yeah. It was like 3 hours. The venue was like 3 hours away from Cape Town. It was a 3-day, 2-night wedding, meaning that every day has got food, has got its own program and everything happening. So Zola and I decided that we wanted to have a modern / traditional wedding, a white wedding with a touch of Xhosa. And the reason why we decided to have a white wedding with a touch of Xhosa was because we are Xhosa and we wanted to keep...
No, I'm Xhosa.
Okay, well, you are Xhosa. My mom's Xhosa and my dad is Zulu. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Wow.
We know it's you know,
yeah.
You would say I'm Xhosa. Everybody wanna be Xhosa, I understand.
I'm being serious.
You say I'm Xhosa.
Guys,
oh, sorry, Mama.
Like, the video is gonna be long.
I'm so sorry. It's just like so special to be Xhosa. Wow.
Anyway, guys, decided on a date which was the 20th of May 2021.
Yes.
But then we realized that May is like a very cold time of the year. It's like close to winter. It is winter, in fact. And we're just like, if we have our wedding there and the thing is outside, chances of us getting cold are so high, and people won't really enjoy our wedding. And you know our people, they love warmth. So I decided, let's look for a date like in the warmer periods. So we got a September date, we got a November date, and we got a December date. We decided on the date, which was December, the 2nd of December, on a Thursday during the week. Then the planning started. So we got a few options and then we settled on the December date.
And no, also like, why did we? Because remember, initially we were gonna have like a weekend wedding, but the weekends were taken.
Yeah, the
because
weekends
of
were taken.
COVID-19, people had postponed their dates prior to us. Because we were gonna do Friday, Saturday, and come back on Sunday, but we couldn't find the date, so we had to wait until 2022 if we wanted to get married on the weekend. So we decided we're gonna get married during the week, which was a good decision.
Why do you say it was a
Looking
good
back.
decision?
No, man, I feel like if your wedding is during the week, ne, everyone who goes to your wedding would have put in effort to go there. They would have applied for leave. They would have planned. They didn't go to your wedding because they had nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? So it really makes you feel good now and not wrong. But okay, wow, everyone's here. Everyone
They put in
that
leave.
matters is here. They put in leave. They place an effort, and it also like motivates you to go all the way to make sure that everyone has a good time.
And also, people drove like from.
Yeah, no, the wedding was
people
also
flew.
the venue was also quite far.
It was 3 hours away from Cape Town.
Do you know the funny thing is the first time we went to the venue, I think we were so excited.
We didn't feel the
We
drive.
didn't like realize that it was quite a distant, but it was a worth it venue. I don't think we could have
The
found.
second time we went, we were
We're
like,
aye man,
we're getting lost.
why not you go there? But we've been driving, you know, and the time to spot I get
Yo, guys, the second time dance to Zola. Baba, I think we're gonna have to find another one. Dandy Penny, the second time. And we went the first time before our traditional wedding.
Yeah.
Ne? The second time we went, I was shaky with our theme. I was like, I don't think I want to have a modern traditional wedding anymore. I think I want to have a full-on white wedding. And this venue is not gonna work. Your second time this and Goa. The my head, stress, but then.
But I saw that for me,
theme,
it was perfect for me.
It was
The venue was
so
perfect.
perfect. And also another reason why we chose the theme that we did was to accommodate all our family members. We wanted everyone to feel at home at our wedding and
Young
not
and
feel
old.
like, we wine farm, the fanciest
too
wine
fancy.
farm.
Yeah.
Now they must eat and act a certain way. Babambi gazi. We really wanted everyone to enjoy the wedding because
feel
that's
home.
just the nature of our spirits as well. We're free-spirited people. We love having fun. So we genuinely wanted that to come across everything. And that came across on day 1, day 2, and the final day.
And like for us, I think the unique thing about our venue is the fact that it had accommodation on site. So that's also one of the reasons why it was a selling point for us. But as you know, like we won't find a better venue because the venue needs us now accommodation on site. Around surrounding areas. We wanted everyone to spend the night together, the night before the wedding, to all our guests to interact, get to know each other, build the momentum, build the mood, and that's what we did. First day, we arrived, we had a braai for supper, and shout out to Ulino Ohle and Medile for putting that together. We had a braai. People didn't want to sleep the first night.
Guys, Uzola
So I had to change everyone to go to sleep. Because like I said at the time, okay, everyone must go to sleep. Because I don't want everyone to be hungover on the day of
yes, Baba, you are so wise.
I'm like, if I don't...
There was so much alcohol.
There was too much alcohol. That's also like, there was just too much, And people were drinking the whole night. And then at 2 were like, guys, switch off the music, go to sleep, And that wasn't easy. You know what happened? I took alcohol to their rooms and they continued partying until the next morning. And I was like, like for the wedding. Like the wedding is only starting at 1. At 9 o'clock you're already dressed. That's why.
Guys, it was so much
fun. And then the second day, it was like the day of like the matrimony. So in terms of planning, Babalwa had her own makeup artist that she brought names.
Sive Martini.
And
my cousin. So I brought Sive to do my makeup because I didn't want to be queuing and delaying everyone else for makeup. Then I brought Uswazi and Upam, and they did like all the other ladies like that were attending the wedding, or Mama Betu, my sister, cousins, and then another makeup artist that was there was Upumeza Ulali. Then because there was so many people that needed to do makeup. So in total we had like 4 makeup artists, one just doing me, and then the other 3 doing everyone else. And then AG Fantasy, Anati Qinisiko was doing installation Yenuele, all the ladies, and guys, the slots for makeups as Galangofo. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. guys. So kwaku hectic. But at least in that I was doing my own pace, taking my own time. And it was such a beautiful 2 days.
Yeah. And for myself, I also brought my own barber. Shout out to Soso the barber. To cut the gents' hair. We wanted to have the hair cut on the day of the wedding. And then I also cut my hair. So I was looking fresh because I just cut my hair. So shout out to Soso. And and where did you get your dress made?
My dress was made by Asanda Makini. She is so great when it comes to doing modern traditional weddings. She's based in Joburg. So I decided that I wanted to use her a long time ago. I knew that I was going to use her, and she's so busy. So I got so fortunate that she was so like patient and attentive with me. She literally knocked the brief out of the park. Thank you.
And having seen like the vision that you had for like your
the
dress, it was like literally
she brought it to life.
She brought it to life. It was like, it was dope.
And she charged me such a reasonable amount because
it wasn't. I didn't expect. I thought it was gonna be very expensive.
Hand beading. It
was quite reasonable. I did my suitability. It was hectic.
Papa.
So suitability is based in Joburg. I was supposed to go to Joburg to do like
fittings.
No man, why? I can do this like we can do like I can do it digitally. So like let me go to a tailor, and then we'll do like a video call whilst I'm there, so that you can direct the tailor like
how to measure
me, and then you can just write down the measurements. And we went through the process, and then they took the measurements, and then you send the suit. So small.
Go find your picture.
I don't know if I slept there. I don't even think those pictures are with
guys.
And it was like 3 weeks before the wedding, because I wanted to have my suit, everything in order.
Ready.
I'm like a planner, like ready like a month in advance, but I couldn't. Then I figure on like 3 weeks before the wedding, and it was small. Yo guys. I was panicking.
I was panicking.
I'm like, flip, like this is not what I envisioned. I hate doing things last minute, and I had to send it back. And shame and suitability, they were very, very helpful
and responsive.
Very responsive.
Yes.
They with adjusted measurements. I didn't have to do the measurements again, because after I sent the pictures, they're like, now we see what went wrong.
Okay.
And they did it, and then it was back in 3 weeks, and then it fitted me.
A few days before the wedding,
A few days before the wedding, it was also what I envisioned myself to look like.
Oh, you looked amazing
on the day. Yeah. So that was dope. We're gonna talk about costs. I don't know. I don't remember. The thing was weighing it once for paying so much money.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with my dress
and
today.
Just weighing something once, it's quite expensive.
So expensive.
I'm not used to like buying expensive suits. Like I buy normal price suits like Kwazara, Makam here and there. But now like having to pay that much money for a suit was quite, but it was worth it.
So worth it, because you
I would do it again
and
again to look that dope. And I felt good, so that was dope.
Yeah, and our rings are from Shemansky.
And the video was shot again, the wedding video.
I'm going to share the video with
you. Shot by Friendly Fire, Ezra, and our photographer, of course. Always the one and only Ramiji. Shout out to him for doing a great job as always.
Shout out to our team, guys. Shout out to Nedile. Guys, we had a production team.
Making sure that you're on point.
I was literally screaming on walkie-talkies at everyone. Guys, Nolindo.
Yeah, yo, without them,
an
like I don't know.
amazing job. Yo, guys.
The struggle from the gent side and actually coordination. They did a wonderful job coordinating to ensure that, like, all those moments that you guys see were captured. Like when we're doing this, walking down, literally make sure that people are there. Like everything just.
Guys, just before that, I had a brief, guys, that I typed a whole brief. To say for everyone to know what they need to capture, to know where the team, yes. So before the wedding, guys, we had like a whole production meeting of what people must be doing.
Where must they be?
We had a group. They got emails. They got a Word document
a lot of work.
Where they need to be so that they don't miss certain moments. Hokey talkies to say, okay, we're going to fetch Babalwa now. So the whole team filmed Zola going down, took pictures at the venue. Then they had to go back to the bridal suite to go and take me getting ready and going out.
Because it's unscripted. If the photographer or the videographer is not there at that particular moment, you miss it.
You can't redo it. You can't redo walking down the aisle or walking
everything
out of
must
the room
be natural, organic, and then they must capture those moments. If they're not where they're supposed to be at particular moments, then they're going to miss everything. And
everything.
They were on point, man. Shout out to the team.
Shout out to the team. They did such an amazing job. Shout out to us for actually not killing each other.
Yeah, throughout the whole process. But you know what helped?
What?
Right? The fact that I wasn't involved. Like I wasn't involved in the planning. And I only planned. My only role was like to buy things, buy alcohol, buy food, buy meat, give money.
Thank God I wasn't in that because I think that is not my forte. It's not my speciality. No, it's yours. No, Baba, not to patala, but I'm not like the person that will go and buy the meat and the, like, for me that's a headache.
Yeah.
I want to do, that's your thing. You like that. Yeah. I want to be involved in the nitty-gritty of okay, this is where people are sleeping, this is how we're gonna, like, the planning of the younger into, like, the coordination. And then when it comes to food and beverage, like, you went and bought all the meat.
I didn't. No, I just I was responsible for coordination. Lindo, guys, because the only thing I did, because what I did, because I buy alcohol, could take a lot, like, every month, just generally. You know, so like, you know what, I think 4 months before the wedding, I was just buying bottles.
But you bought way too much alcohol. I just have to say,
it's still here. Yeah, we like almost half of the alcohol, the bottles. I think I came back
with a whole boot full of
alcohol. People didn't finish it. So yeah, so I did that, and then for meat, I asked Dylan to just coordinate that, and that's all I was responsible for, and making sure that the bride day. Yeah, but everything. Stingy guy,
that is literally me. Yeah. So I think we've figured out, without even talking about it, we figured out who's good at doing what. Yeah. Like, for you to do the wedding coordination,
I would have
yo guys, can I please just explain how difficult it was putting people into rooms for our wedding?
Yeah, that was a nightmare. Making sure couples, people know each other. That was a nightmare. Man, you can't sleep.
If elapse equation, because the rooms were 4 beds in one room. Yeah. So we knew that our couple friends that are married, we obviously will give them those rooms, whether there's 4 beds in the room, but they'll get the whole full room. It's fine. Ke ngoko okazi ne friends ezizi single athi umntu akezi elapse equation reshuffling, putting this one in that room and this.
It's a lot of work.
It was a lot. Okay, kubekho mhlambi umuntu omdala or single that you know funeka bese roomini yedwa yena akazokwazi ushare nabanye abantu.
How many people did the venue accommodate? 9.
The venue, what do you mean?
Like the venue. Kaloku, remember, we also had like accommodation just
in terms
outside.
of Ulala, it accommodated 90 people. right? Then we booked an additional house that had, no, the venue accommodated 94 people. Then we booked an additional house that accommodated 10 people.
Oh, okay.
So we had 120 guests, so there was more than enough actually
Yeah.
at the end.
At the end, yeah.
Because some people ended up not even sleeping, like people from church, like abefundisi, abanye balala one night and then bagoduka kwenye. And then other people actually found themselves accommodation. So I think we had 2 free rooms at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 2 empty rooms at the house, but all the other spaces were taken.
Yeah.
So
It was dope.
yo guys, it was so dope. And the food at the venue, like wonke umtu, breakfast was on point. The food for the actual wedding was amazing.
The people at the venue, so friendly.
So friendly, very well organized. They know what they're doing. Like nothing went wrong.
Nothing. Like,
nothing went
bantu
wrong.
bavana, basela, bancila, baxabana. Like imagine being there for 2 nights. People
made friends.
People made friends and they had fun. Like can't we wrong. Like everything was perfect, you know. Like sasa engathi kuzonetha. Like you were the big kumbili. When like literally when it was time. And then like you'd be outside the metro, like when it was time to go at but
those were blessings.
Those were blessings.
Because my dad said that every time kusenziwa umsebenzi endlini kwasoloko kunetha. Because even ngokusasebenza eBhayi kwanetha. Before sisebenze ezilalini kwanetha. And now our wedding. So
and then after
walking down the aisle.
Beautiful.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Kwaphela kahle mani elanduka imini. It was beautiful. It was perfect.
It was so beautiful. Yo kwakumandi. Ubone ngaske uphinde ubuyele back. Yo, it was the best time. Like it was literally the best day of my whole life, guys. I never thought I'd say my wedding was the best of my life because people scare you. They're like, yo, you stress and that. That was our perfect wedding.
Wow. Cliche.
Yeah. So what was the highlight of the wedding for you?
For me, you know, like generally Amajita don't have ilandok like a dream wedding. Like it's not something that we grow up. I'm generalizing now. I want my wedding to look like this. So, but there's one thing that Amajita think about when it comes to your wedding. When the shoba, like your bride or your wife to be is happy and that this is the wedding of her dreams. So for me, my highlight was like seeing the wedding come to life and seeing how happy you were that this like was what you envisioned for yourself and for me that was like I was like, yeah, no. Towards the end of the wedding, I was like, yeah, no, you did it, boy. You know, to myself. So that was for me the highlight, seeing you happy.
Aww.
Yeah. Enjoying the day.
Did you enjoy the day?
Of course I enjoyed the day. I enjoyed.
It was so much fun.
What was your highlight?
For me, I don't really have a highlight. I think everything was just beautiful and just not having something like wrong happen. Like maybe your cake not arriving. Like God was just with us, Shem. Like everything. Our parents were there. Like I've always prayed that my dad can walk me down the aisle and may not die before walking me down the aisle.
Yeah.
So I was so grateful to God that both my parents were able to witness like me raising me up and finally handing me over to my husband and having our kids there.
Yeah, true. That was dope.
That was so beautiful. Like Uko had the best time of his life. He was dancing, rolling on the ground.
They have no idea what's going on, but it's gonna be like beautiful memories. To look back to like the way their parents really. You know, like everybody's ready, they all come back in full circle. Remember, like when you have your kids outside of wedlock. You guys remember if you've been watching the story where we come from. And now and your kids are there and it's beautiful.
So beautiful.
At the end of the day, like man, do your thing your way, follow your path in life and don't subscribe to what people say or think how life should.
That's true.
like, you know, work out. Like, work out, you know. You can start with whatever you want to start with, as long as you're going to find the enter. It doesn't have to be in a sequence.
That's true.
Yabo? It doesn't have to be. Look, it was beautiful. Abantwana bethu bobayithuka phaa siyatshata, our parents are here, everyone's happy. Akekho umuntu ocinga uba, hey, ngeqaba behlalisana, hey, ngeqaba do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it all like comes back in full circle. You know? It also makes it, like, feel good, man. It's say, "Gone by no, this has finally happened." Not that it's encouraged, but must get married outside of wedlock or whatever. You know, but for me, it doesn't matter if the plan is for you guys to be together, raise your kids together. And whether you get married or even if you don't get married, to me personally, it doesn't matter. What's important for me is the bond between two people
and
their
happy.
vision for who raise a family. You know, for me personally. Yeah.
For me, you need to get married.
Yeah. what tips would you give to a person who is planning their wedding this year or planning to get married in the future?
Plan your wedding on an Excel spreadsheet. Like, everything must be there. How much everything costs. So that you know if you are overstepping your budget or if you are still within budget.
That was so
Zola
difficult
is
to
like,
convince
oh my
you on
gosh, you don't have a budget.
Like, she just works. Like, I'm like, how much like, for example, you cannot work or plan anything without knowing what the budget is, because you work within the confines of the budget. Which is why I was just like, okay, this and that. Like, how much, you don't even know whether you're outside of the budget or inside the budget. But anyway, it was a tough one to convince her to work with a budget. Otherwise, I'm again too
Well, and stick to your numbers of people. You know who's important in your life and who should be at your wedding. Stick to those numbers. Don't let family members convince you otherwise. Parents will try to convince you otherwise. Siblings will try to convince you otherwise. But stick to your numbers. Don't let people don't, otherwise you're gonna be broke after your wedding.
Okay, my tips would be, the first tip is, if you're gonna invite people to come at your wedding, make sure they contribute something financially, right? Whether you need the money or not. This is important precisely when there's a commitment. People don't respect people's time and people's money and people's things, special needs. Well, someone will RSVP because they don't appreciate what goes on behind the scenes. They will say they're coming, and then you reserve a table for them, you reserve food, everything is per head, and then they don't show up. That is a waste. Other people will not respond when you send them an invite, and then they would want to come to the wedding a day before the wedding. Everything else is planned. So make sure that if people come to you, they must contribute something. Nobody 500 rand, nobody to that you're going to use towards the wedding. Or even if you keep and send it back to people when you're done, whatever. But they must contribute to RSVP so that they show their commitment. Because if you don't do that, you may have 120 RSVPs planned for 120 people. Come the day of the wedding, you've got 80, and you would have wasted 40.
Even if people do pay, they still won't come. We had people that
but that's fine.
Ended up not coming.
But then you're not losing that much, because the money that they've paid compensates. Even if it doesn't compensate everything, it actually compensates for the loss that you've suffered, as opposed to have 40 people don't show up for your wedding. Like, there are 40 plates. There's accommodation space if you have a wedding like ours, where you could get accommodation and all of that. So we had people like that, Nati. You know, someone who says they're gonna come, they don't come. You know, you don't come, you lose your money. That's my biggest tip to someone who's planning a wedding. That is the key tip.
And also make it far. Like, if you are financially able to have a destination wedding, do it. Because that will help you with eliminating the ones that are coming to your wedding just in G. You know, like, if it's far, people will come because they want to be there. And
my last tip, like what I found, by saying to Emily, if you can have more than one day wedding, where people sleep. Like if you can find a venue with accommodation where people can sleep and wake up and come to the wedding, it helps a lot with timing. Because abantu abamnyama siyabazi abantu abamnyama kuthiwa iwedding imatrimony iqala ngo-12 umuntu usawukhangela ibuzwa zenza phi inwele zakhe ngo-12. You understand what I'm saying? Kanti nxa unqabe phaa abantu far away like they arrived the day before, everything is there. Like people were ready on time. You know, we wedding, which was surprising for abantu bethu because bese abantu abangosisi nxa kuthiwa kuyahanjwa yabo usenza amashiya uthi yabo omnye usa-ayina omnye omnye akasazonxiba ntoni kanti nxa ikude wonke umuntu uyayazi uba proper, this is what I'm gonna wear, you know, my makeup artist is there, wonke umuntu ukhona, everything ivese kuhambe smoothly. So if you can have a wedding, nothing. The nice thing is if awukho kuyaqhutshekwa mos because people are like literally like 5 minutes away. So even when you're late whatever, people are moving, you know, they're not gonna, so everything was like dope because everyone is here.
And another thing is that we were not worried about people driving back home drunk.
Yes.
Yo, that's one thing I hate. Abantu besuke emtshatweni driving. Oh. To abantu bafumene ingozi besuke emtshatweni wethu.
Iyayispoila laa nto ne. Yeah, iyayispoila.
So
last thing. Plan ahead. Save. Like
save, babes.
Weddings are ridiculously expensive. Like so ridiculously expensive. And the most expensive thing I think is like the venue and decor.
And decor.
I think decor
and decor.
Yeah. I think
decor.
Those things are expensive. It was a shock for me
to
understand. But for decor and for like venue.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So it's a lot of money. For wedding outside, expect to pay between more than 200k. Expect to pay more than 200k. 200 unyuka. And depending obviously what else do you add on your wedding, etc. etc. Because like just the team production team. It's expensive.
So expensive.
Deco is expensive.
Everything
catering is expensive. Everything is like everything is expensive. The dress, everything is just like
everything.
It just costs ridiculous amounts of money. So if you're gonna get married, at least by 2 years. Planning and saving. Save money for 2 years. Don't rush each other, and don't put yourselves under pressure because it does go with it.
Because you need to also enjoy your wedding.
Yes.
You don't want
even
to,
after.
Yeah, you don't want to like be in a wedding.
After the wedding. Wait, tell me what's going on. Yeah, no. Yeah, for one go pattern with you you don't want that. You don't want that situation. I walk second like I'm going to take juice what you're going to say.
Yeah.
You know, because
we
are out after the you can't do anything. You know, rather go through that process before you get married. Save and sacrifice then. So the money chatty look back and everything you enjoy, they appreciate. You want to know resentment. Because you're still feeling effects post.
And don't feel pressure of family. Do your own thing. People will say, yeah,
that's fight that fight. Does not align with my brand.
It does not align with my brand at all. If flower girl, sending enough flower girl. By 6.
Imagine cost to get so those are not necessary.
Nope.
So lastly, visualize your wedding. Like have a clear picture of. That's what I like. You did very well. Have a clear picture of how you want your wedding to turn out to be like. Ungalanduki.
Ngafuni yonke into.
No senjo what's the word?
Confused.
No, what's the word? Little ngibalekile. Ungaplani man.
procrastinate?
Uzoyibona phambili. Yeah, isilungu sibalekile. Ungazoyibona phambili like like you don't know how your dress is going to look like, how the groom is going to look like. You don't have a visual picture of your wedding. You had a visual picture of everything.
I dreamt of it all the time, to the point where you were like, okay, stop showing me now.
Yeah.
Like I dreamt of every detail, from the spoon to the underplate to the how we're gonna look, literally every single thing.
Yeah.
So, everything.
So out of 10, how much would you?
Yo, 20, 100. But overall,
everything was perfect.
Perfect wedding.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone who was there.
Shout out to our guests that did not fail us with the theme. You guys looked. Someone sent me a message saying that abantu bakho bebebahle engathi kuthiwa awumbi awungeni. Like guys, everyone just looked amazing. So yeah.
Yeah guys, so say vala lezo. Shout out to everybody. Good luck to everyone who's planning to get married this year, propose, whatever it is, start a family. All the best. It's a beautiful journey. You'll potholes here and there, but life in general, but it's a beautiful journey. It's I wouldn't trade my journey for anything.
I would not.
It's been amazing.
It's been so amazing.
Okay,
until next time, guys. I love you. Bye.
Bye.